I am very happy to be here with you. Greetings, Vice Mayor, greetings, Rome, and greetings, all the cities around the world. Like Luca was saying, this is actually an invitation to create together an alternative future in those places that today might seem like a place of confinement, but that need to be and have always been a place of opportunity, of creativity, of creation, of evolution, our cities. We are indeed in a change of age. At a time where we need to face the crisis, digest its consequences, and find the antidotes for what is happening to us. And for us, culture is the antidote to the impact that this global crisis is having, but also many other crises that we were facing. In our decalogue for the post-COVID era, our political leadership identifies culture as this antidote. And it is extremely important for us to actually provide tools, mechanisms that can help us get out of this, become better, give solutions. Times of change like this are also the best times to challenge ourselves, to look from a different perspective. And I think this is exactly what the Rome Charter is doing. It's challenging us to think of development from a different perspective. We need to rethink how we want to live, what we understand as growth, what we understand as progress, what we understand as citizenship, as democracy, as inclusion. And we will not be able to do this looking at the world from exactly the same parameters. The Rome Charter gives us a different parameter, a different perspective. And this is why I think it is really critical that we embrace the knowledge of culture, not as a product to consume, but as a right, as the ability to create. It will help us navigate into a new type of society that we will need to discover together. Our priorities have not really changed. And I was yesterday with someone that was sharing with us this perspective that they have not changed, but they have accelerated. We knew that jobs were starting to change, and that the way that we worked was going to go through a transformation. We talked about robotics, we talked about the impact of IT, but we thought we had a lot of time to face that change. Well, we don't have it any longer. Change is here. And that means that we need new tools to actually go from the type of society where producing things were in the hands of humans to the type of society where production might not be in the hands of humans, but creativity is what remains in the hands of humans. And that creativity and cultural rights are intrinsically linked. And we need a charter like this one to permeate and impact all the spheres of development in our cities, in our regions, in our territories, so that the reference that we use for transformation is also a reference that includes this creativity perspective. We are convinced that this will be part and parcel of a new generation of rights, of human rights, yes, but human rights that evolve into humanity rights, those of the planet as well, the place where we live as a species. where we consider the rights of nature and the environment just as important as our own. In the origins of the city in Mesopotamia, actually, cities were linked to the production of food, to agriculture, to nature. We stopped moving around as nomads to be able to feed larger groups of us, to be able to create, to be able to create better livelihoods. We have lost a little bit of this link with nature, and I think in this new paradigm that we will need to co-create together, that link needs to come back. And we can only do that if we stimulate the discovery of our origins, of our identity, like the Charter is suggesting. Culture is not there only to keep it, to protect it. It's also there to foster its transformation. And it is with that hope that United Cities and local governments is convinced that we can bring, not only for our membership, but also for the world, a very, very strong tool with the Rome Charter. So why Rome? Well, because Rome has always been the paradigm of this expression of the old and the new together. It is in Rome's capacity to gather, to connect, and to experience this catalyzing role that it has always played, that this charter needs to be inspired. The charter is only the beginning. We have already triggered a discussion, and many more need to follow. And so why UCLG? Well, because we represent the world, because the members of UCLG serve 2/3 of the world population, if not more. And that diversity and the commitment to the real dreams and hopes of the people as local and regional leaders is what we'll need to guide our transformation. We don't have all the answers, no, and we are not doing everything right. And as a matter of fact, the trust in politicians is not as its highest point, right? We are all quite frustrated with our different spheres of government. We want them to give solutions because we sometimes say they are not very smart, but then again, we want them to find all the solutions right away. Look, I am very aware that the sphere of government we represent also makes mistakes. And we are not naive when we talk about dreams. But survival is simply not enough. It has never been for humanity. The Charter says it. Culture is everything else beyond mere survival. We need to foster those dreams. And I think our network, with its commitment to open up that discussion, to team up with organized civil society, is ready to create a big pact for transformation. We are ready. Local and regional government leaders are ready, even if we don't have all the answers, even if we don't have all the capacity. We need to trigger that discussion. So I think we are in the right place, and we're delighted that you have joined us from all corners of the world. It's an exciting experiment, again, our very first hybrid conference as United Cities and local governments. And of course, it had to be in Rome. I'm really sorry I'm not there physically with you, but very pleased for you to have accepted this invitation, the invitation to transform our models for the future. The Rome Charter is a true beacon of hope for us. Thank you very much for having given me the floor. Thank you, Luca. Thank you, Major Raggi. Thank you, Rome.